Hey, it's Gray.
Hey, Gray.
Hi.
What's up?
Yeah.
For those of you that are listening at home, we are here today with Gray Edgington.
Hi. I'm Gray Edgington. I'm a student at Delview. I'm graduating.
Yay!
Yay.
Do I have a clap track? I don't.
No.
I'm not familiar with the sound pad. Wait. It's too late to figure it out.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Gray, I remember you. Okay, my earliest recollection of you as a student is in my infotech class. And I know you loved making games because you were here every day after school, kind of, on Game Maker with your cool art, making your own sprites and building your own levels and things like that.
Yeah, I loved infotech. I still have Game Maker on my home laptop.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The old one?
It
must be the old one, the one we used?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
we use a newer version now, and the newer version can do a lot more, but also a lot more. It's a little bit more difficult to get started for beginners.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's been good.
I really liked that class. That was, I think, one of the highlights of that year for me, whichever year that was.
Grade 8.
Grade 8.
Was this not grade 8?
No.
No.
Oh, no.
Infotech would start in grade 9.
Grade 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't the grade 8 rotation infotech?
It was, but we didn't do any game design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My earliest recollections of Gray are actually associated with Gray's older sibling. Can I tell a story? Even though I've probably never told you this version of the story. So Sarah was a theater kid. And then I just remember all of a sudden this young person that was with Sarah, kind of not following around, but just kind of there in the periphery, quiet and, not wanting to disturb anybody and minding their own business. And I don't even want to use the term dragged into it, but lo and behold, Gray gets cast in our musical in grade 8, which was a musical that I allowed students to write. It was a little review show. And I told Cassie and Christy and them, I'm like, you guys write the script. I don't want any part of it, but I'll choose the songs. So we were doing this little Broadway review show that took place in a recording studio. And they had given Gray this really tiny little role as the studio technician who was anti-theater. And then at the end of the play, Gray's character, do you remember the name of the character?
My name was Charlie.
Charlie had this one line where they go, "Yay, I love theater." and at the time, I just remember thinking to myself, I don't believe it. Does Gray love theater or does Charlie love theater? I don't know. And then, boy, howdy, did you not just dive in with everything you had and have given so much to our theater department over the past 5 years. I can't even fathom what it's going to be like without you gracing the stage here at Delview. It's not like you've played any significant roles, not like you've played the most important role in English theater.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's not like you've had, it's not like you've bore the responsibility of doing William Shakespeare's Hamlet or anything.
Yeah. That was crazy. Sorry.
We have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just everything you do in the theater, you have been so consistent and so wonderful, so hardworking, and I don't know. Normally, I don't get brought in on these interviews when Mr. Kung interviews the theater students because that's all I will want to talk about and to just what is the term that the kids are using these days? Glow up?
Glow up?
Yeah. No. What's glazing? Glazing. Yes, I will just glaze.
Glazing?
Yes. Yeah. To heave nothing but praise upon a person. Glazing.
That's a cool term, actually. I like that one.
I remember grade 8 too. I like you said, I wasn't dragged into it, but I think I was kind of like pushed into it. I remember my sister saying, "You want to be in theater?" And I said, "No, I don't." and she pushed me toward you, and she was like, "Go tell that man you want to be in theater." Okay, I'll go to theater, and so and like since then I've been in so much, and people just tell me, "Oh yeah, you're great out there," so I just keep doing it. Yeah, and Hamlet was crazy. It was awesome.
Did you, like, when you first started, you said you got pushed in, but a little, like, you said yes for a reason, right? Like, a little bit of you probably wanted to try.
Well, I guess going into grade 8, I was kind of, like, really quiet, kind of, like, in this, like, shell, this bubble. And so I guess I wanted to see what was out there for me, see what different clubs and things had to offer. And so throughout the years, I joined a couple things like the Leo's Club, didn't last super long, joined an art club at some point, looked into the mental health club, the theater company, and I guess the theater company just stuck with me since then. And I mean, that's my story of how I got into it at grade 8.
Well, your grade 8 year was also unique because, if I'm not mistaken, your grade 8 year started mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were still kind of in this pandemic. I don't want to call it craziness because we were doing our due diligence, but your beginning of high school was...
Well, there's an extra layer of uncertainty and anxiety that everyone had.
Yeah.
Right?
Like starting high school is nerve-wracking in its own right, you know, trying to figure out who you are, your own identity while you're going through this amazing transitional process. But to add on the global pandemic to that, it's like, like Mr. Kong said, it's a whole other layer.
When you go into school, you're trying to make friends and get closer to people, and then you're told to stay away from each other.
Yeah.
It's contradictory.
I remember the masks and the tables in the hallway that we all had to rotate around. It sucked.
I kind of wish that we would put those tables back in the hallway, though, because the traffic is brutal.
Roundabouts?
Have a roundabout.
They work.
Yeah, they did work. So you did the play in grade 8. Again, kind of like with the guidance of an older, can't use my mouth today, older sibling. What happens next?
After that, went into grade 9. My grade 8 the theater rotation, I was sick for a lot of it.
Yes, I remember
that.
that.
I wasn't there at all.
You weren't there, yeah.
No, yeah. And then in grade 9, was that Urinetown?
Twas.
Yeah, Urinetown. That was awesome. That was so much fun. Did Urinetown as Miss Millennium, one of the office workers at the big bad company.
Did you also take drama 9?
Yeah. Yeah, I must have.
Yeah, you must have. I don't remember that class. Do you remember what you did?
I remember Julius Caesar. I remember Greatland.
I think this was Greatland.
Hamlet. Yeah, it must have been.
It must have been Greatland. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're in town, weren't you like hopping around like a bunny?
Yep.
Don't be a bunny or something.
Don't be the bunny.
I remember that. Connor called me a furry.
Did you keep the ears?
Yes, I found them when we
Hilarious.
did our cleaning. I kept the ears, found them this year. That was fun. I liked Falling Down, Don't Be the Bunny, the song. That was fun. I remember landing at your feet at some point, Mr. Kung. That was awkward.
I do remember that. I like to sit in what we call the splash zone.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a splash zone. Yeah, grade 9 was great. Grade 9 was also infotech. So a lot of that. That was also the year of the lockdown, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I remember because I was in that class. Yeah. Yeah.
You were in my class when we... Oh, yeah. That was an infotech class.
Yeah, with Alex.
Yeah, and I remember a couple people asking to pee. And
Yeah.
I said, well, I can't let you out, so if you really need to go, we need to get a garbage can.
Yeah.
Wow.
And none of
was
our garbage
crazy.
cans are designed to pee in. Because you're
Weird.
much too tall.
Not for me.
Okay.
Not that I would.
I pictured it for a sec. Then I'm like, let's move
That's
on.
weird.
So what is your, what attracts you to drama? I know a lot of people go there, and even some kids in grade 8 right now, and maybe that's your influence, Turpin, but some grade 8 kids said, I'm shy, I don't like to do presentations, so maybe next year I'll try drama.
They said that?
Yeah. I had a couple.
Oh,
goodness.
Yeah.
cool.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
It is totally true, right? To just say yes and put yourself out there. That's how you begin to break out of a shell. But what were some of the things early on that attracted you to this group of wild people in a drama studio?
Well, I guess, a lot of it was the people themselves. They were so, kind and welcoming, and they accepted me so quickly that it felt like, oh, yeah, I belong here. And I guess growing that community and that company into what it is today has kind of really kept me in it. There's, the storytelling as well, and, the art and the craft. I feel like I don't have passion for so many things. I'm not super into the arts, but I'm not good at science. And so, I went on stage and people were like, yay, go do that again, do it again. And now I'm here. And I guess what kept bringing me back was that connection to all the people that I had. All of them were such good friends, especially this year. There were no, real conflicts or
There was no drama in drama?
very little drama in drama class, and it was awesome.
We had an exceptional year this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Grace, so I'm not going to go into the whole diatribe, but I could do a whole podcast on just the experience of theater this year. It was a special year.
Amazing. I love it. I love when things work out.
Things worked out.
Yeah.
Things worked out great.
The Hello Girls was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move on to grade 10.
Okay.
Because we dabbled a little bit in grade 8. We talked a little bit about grade 9. In grade 10, you were in Innovation 10 with both Mr. Kung and I.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes, I was. Innovation 10 was awesome. And
You don't have to lie to us to our faces.
I don't like science, but that was fun. I liked all the field trips, all the physical demonstrations. That was great. And the connections I made there were lasting till grade 12 and probably beyond. I still talk to some of the folks that were in innovations that I wouldn't talk to otherwise. And that was great. During grade 10, what else did I do? I don't remember.
Well, you would have
the
knocked
last
off.
Lifeboat.
Yes, we did the last lifeboat that year. So through innovation, you would have knocked off, of course, 3 academics.
Right.
So you would have had math at some point in time, but you would have had an extra elective in there.
Yes. I took drama.
Yes.
And I took... I don't remember.
That's fine.
I don't know. All I remember is innovations in the last lifeboat.
So what do you remember about the last lifeboat?
I remember dancing as the mother of J. Bruce Ismay. That was fun. I remember the Italian woman screaming her head off, getting on the lifeboat. The last lifeboat was a really good production, I think. I think that Sandy played her part really well. I was really delightfully surprised by her, and also Mary. And that one was good because we had those tall pillars. I think not everyone, I really liked them. I really liked the pillars. And the set was amazing. Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about for my grade 10 year. I had a good time. I liked boating. I think it was around that time that I started getting into camp counseling at Firkham, which I'm doing this year officially. they can't hire you till you're 17. And now I am 17. And
Is that your summer occupation?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Following in the family footsteps.
Yes.
Your sister ropes you into everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Except she doesn't want me to play the banjo or embroider because those are her things.
Would you otherwise?
I've always had an interest in embroidery. I don't know about banjo
Okay.
playing. That is her thing. She likes those
She
country
must be.
stuff.
Is she practicing a lot?
No.
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 I was going to say, is she getting better at it? But probably not.
No. She runs from the library and she's in a couple hours north of Saskatoon right now in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She's tending to the horses at this bed and breakfast place. And I don't know what the weather's like. It's apparently a little bit cold out there. But she likes that, like, country stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember she used to like show up to drama late sometimes or have to leave early to go horseback riding. And she had the like proper trousers for that and the riding helmet and used to spend a lot of time with the horsies.
Yeah, she volunteered there for a while. I remember. I was gonna say something. I don't remember.
So let's move on to grade 11.
Right.
You took a turn on stage as the granny from the Addams family.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
best.
That was awesome. That was so much fun.
That was
I
hilarious.
brought my family, and they all loved you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was probably our favorite part. Like the comic relief.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it was all a funny play, but
yeah.
Granny, just a spectacular character.
Oh, thank you. Granny was really great because of the big wig and the big makeup.
Yeah.
And I would spend like half an hour doing my makeup for that, like every night. And the huge wig, it was so like frizzy and huge that it would just get caught in everything. It would get caught in everything as I walked backstage. And
Oh, during the play while you're walking around?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
how inconvenient.
Well, and I'll take some of the credit for this. I got really ambitious and I decided that we were going to do Addams Family in a deep thrust. Which meant like building these walls.
Okay.
And there was not a lot of space in between these walls that the actors had to use to like get to the different entrances. And then I told Gray, well, you have to roll around with your cart of potions. And we have to figure out how to get this cart of potions through this very narrow space where there's like literally centimeters of wood between where Gray has to walk and then the audience. And like, there was, from my perspective, there were never any problems, but I'm sure there were.
the cart itself had a lot of like dried herbs and moss on it. And so sometimes when I would walk on and off stage, the curtain would like catch on it, and pieces would either start falling off the cart or like get caught on the curtain or the wall or the floor or whatever. Just leave a trail wherever I go. And I remember because there was an entrance like in between people.
Yes.
Sometimes I would be pushing my cart and I round the corner and suddenly I'm facing these people and they go, oh shit. And they start like moving out of the way. Sometimes they wouldn't and I would have to like make eye contact and go, I'm sorry. And like try and maneuver my way around.
It's amazing how you guys have such a small space in there, but you make the best of it.
Oh, we
And,
try.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have the luxury of too much space, but it's also a very intimate environment. And I love watching plays there because I get to sit in the splash zone and things like happen like right in front of me, you know, like Sarah bawling in front of me. And I could see that right away when at the end of Hello Girls, or you dropping down onto the floor. And there was a lot of things happening during Addams Family with that curtain, I noticed. I think at one point it fell
Several
off.
times.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Several times.
Yeah. it
What
did.
a pain in the butt that was.
Yeah.
To go back to the cart real quick while you catch your thought, I had one requirement of our production team of that cart. I said it needs to have fluid on it, and the fluid needs to be able to glow in the dark. So we got some bottles, we filled them with water, and we drained highlighter liquid into the bottles. But everything else on that cart, everything else that made that granny potion cart come to life was the tender love and care of the actor who got to roll that cart around. I would watch Gray for, I mean, I want to say hours, but it probably wasn't that long, but like, you know, sections of 20 minutes at a time over lunch breaks or flex time when Gray would just come in with all this stuff and would just like sit there with the cart and make it your own. It was just incredible.
I think forever that's been Gray's specialty. Because you probably have drawers full of moss and sticks and things like that.
What?
Are there rocks in your pockets right now?
Back to grade 9 when you're in infotech, I see you carry stuff around. I'll always be like, are you just adding to your nest?
yes, the nest.
Yeah.
You're like a forager.
I do carry lots of like rocks and crystals and sticks and moss and flowers around. And so that decorating the granny cart was really fun. Another thing about her hair was that after each night, I would have to like pick out the stuff that got caught in it and then reset it. And I had a talk with someone about her costume. I don't remember who, but they were like, I imagine Granny to be super like noisy when she walks, like lots of jingling and like lots of trinkets and stuff. All right, bet. So like I had these jingly bracelets on my wrist and all of these things hanging off my granny cardigan that like when I walked it would go so,
couldn't sneak up on anybody.
No. And so like backstage was excruciating. It was so hot as well. Yeah.
A few other things in your grade 11 year that I want to kind of deconstruct. The face painting.
Oh, yeah.
So, so throughout your grade 11 year, you would paint your face every day.
Yeah, I got really into that. I really liked face painting. I've always liked face painting. I was like, I should do that. So I did. It was really fun. I got really creative with it for a while. It started because in the summer of grade 11, a family member got burned really bad and got hospitalized.
Oh, wow.
And so I was the only one to go see them every day. And so in the burn ward, I had to like mask up and gown up and glove up. And so and you couldn't bring any like flowers or plants into there because it was so sterile.
Wow.
And so I was like, what can I do that can bring a part of the outside in here? So I started painting my face and I painted like flowers and like birds and stuff and like just cute little designs. And so I brought it into my grade 11 year. And for a while I was like really creative about it. It's like, oh yeah, I have all these great ideas and I'm going to do blah, 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 blah. There's red colors, squiggle lines, dots, and
that is so cool.
Photos. And it's like... As I got into my grade 12 year, senioritis hit me so hard. And I was like, and like now I don't have any like, no more ideas, right? I feel like I've painted everything that I could. And so.
That's such a cool story. I didn't know about that.
I didn't know about the burn ward either, no.
Yeah.
There were some days like, for those of you that are listening, there were some days where the face paint was, quite subtle, like maybe just flowers on the cheek or around the eyes. But there were a few days where you came in full clown.
Yeah.
and I will never forget one of the days it was like sad clown. Mm-hmm. And that was the day I think that Catherine Tucker, the district media lady, came to interview us about our Europe trip.
Wait, I don't remember
and you were just full clown makeup, like sad clown talking about our trip to Europe.
Yeah, those ones were sometimes I took requests. So
oh, really? Oh, I didn't know you took requests.
Yeah. People were like, can you paint spider lilies on your face? I can try. Can you do sad clown makeup? Sure.
Full face. Full sad clown. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, Gray, are you doing okay? Yeah, I'm having a great day. Why? Sad clown.
That was fun.
You've always been sort of playful. I remember early on, my impression of you was that you were very reserved and quiet and wanted to be left alone to, make your video games or whatever. But there was always something interesting that came out of you. Very, very smart and very, very creative. And that's kind of my impression of your early days. And you've kind of brought that into your different roles and the ability to act and play anything, including Hamlet, which we have to talk about because that was my first ever fine arts night. Because I would never go to these things; they were always too late. But we started putting the exhibition on the same day as the fine arts night, and I was like, well, might as well stay anyway. And then you put on Hamlet, and you went for like the complete dialogue of this character, which was very surprising because it's not easy. I ask any actor, like, how do you memorize lines? Because that's not something I could do, or not. I don't know if I could do it, but I think I would have a very hard time. But to do Shakespeare. That's not easy.
To give it some context, we were doing a abridged version. It's meant to be performed in an hour.
Right.
But there were, if you're familiar with Hamlet, that central character has 6 distinct, important monologues throughout the course of the show. And Gray decided, especially with, act 3, scene 1, to be or not to be, the most likely the most famous monologue in the English language. Gray was unsatisfied with the abridged version and just memorized the full version. But not only that, so Gray absolutely had the lion's share of dialogue. Hamlet does anyways in that play. This adaptation, or sorry, not an adaptation, it was an abridged version, obviously gives a lot of the load to Hamlet. Gray was the first one off book in our class.
Well, I did get like a few days head start. Pull me aside, show me the number of lines. Can you do that?
Yeah. But you were also the first one off book by a landslide. And there were people, I'm not going to name names on the podcast, who never really got off book to a place where they were secure about it. They kind of went on stage and fudged it. But
I noticed. I was in the splash zone.
Yes, but you were note perfect throughout that entire process.
And it's not just about memorizing lines. I mean, I'm praising you for that. But beyond that, like, you really embodied the character, and it was believable. And that is definitely not easy.
So through that rehearsal process, I was continually giving direction to so many people. And I'll never forget one weekend, I get an email out of the blue from Gray. I said, "Hey, Turpin, I noticed that you're giving a lot of direction to people, but like, you're not really directing me. Did I do something wrong? Is there something I can do better?" And I had to, swallow my own pride. And I had to email back and be like, "Gray, you are doing so well in this role that you have exceeded my ability to direct you. I can't give you any adjustments because you are doing it exactly as it should be done, in my opinion."
Amazing. Amazing that you would seek feedback too.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Hamlet was a big one, obviously.
So
yeah.
What was your process with Hamlet? Was it like focus on remembering the lines first and then figure things out? I don't know how it works.
So I had never really done so much Shakespeare before this. I had a part in Julius Caesar, a smaller part. So I knew, I was kind of familiar with it. but I had this website where it was like a line for line Hamlet translation, where on one side they would have the original text, on the other side they would have the translated text.
Is that the No Fear Shakespeare?
No, that's I have it. I can look it up while I'm talking. But I studied that, and I memorized lines as well as interpreted them and put tone and like importance, or not importance, like when you tone into them, you know. It was lit charts.
Oh, lit charts.
Lit
yes.
charts. That's a good one. I like that one. And so I did kind of both at the same time, of like making decisions about the character while also memorizing, because I found it to be a lot easier to figure out exactly what I was saying and how I was saying it, and memorizing it like that. Yeah, the lack of direction really threw me off, because there would be like we'd sit down for notes, and it's like, you need to be louder. Yeah, what do you think you're saying in this scene? And yeah, when you say that line, can you like go over and shake that person's hand? And Gray, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. And oh man, and so like, I guess the lack of direction and like guidance, I would say, not teaching. You still taught, but you didn't just.
But I think you used a word just now that exemplifies what a high school drama teacher wants, and that's decision making. Not to impugn young actors, but that's one of the things that you have to learn when you are taking on a role. Is it's not just, oh, here's the script, I just have to say these words out loud and then I've got it. No, you have to make decisions. You have to understand the character. What do they want? What are they going for? What are they fighting against? And if you can make those decisions, you're there. I had a great acting professor when I was at Capilano College, now university, by the name of Stephen Atkins, name dropping here. And he said that Shakespeare is so well written that you can do that. If you can speak the lines well and make decisions, let the writing do the rest of the work. And you were doing that. You were making the decisions, you were speaking the words, and you were letting Shakespeare take you for the ride. And that was exceptional.
Oh, thank you. I feel like the less direction, I've suddenly found myself in like an voice crack, like an open field of like possibilities, like, wow, I can do whatever I want now.
Well, yeah, and I let you run with it.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I absolutely adore about you as an actor is your ability to listen. And not just speak, but to continue acting when you're not speaking. And there was that one moment, and I'll never forget this. I right now I'm totally blanking on the moment, but I will never forget how I felt in that moment. Something happened, and I'm not sure if an actor didn't come on stage or an actor didn't say their lines, but you just went, "Okay, I'm leaving now," and then you just walked off, and I was in tears laughing.
Oh yeah, that was in rehearsal. I was with Ophelia.
Yeah.
And it was that scene where Polonius and someone else were like hidden off stage.
Yes.
And they were supposed to make a noise.
It is Act 3, Scene 1. It's after the soliloquy.
After
that's correct.
the to be or not to be.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to make a noise, and I'm supposed to turn to Ophelia. Where's your father, Ophelia? And nothing happened. So I said, "Oh, well, I hear no noise, so I guess all is well."
You walked away.
Yeah, I walked off.
Well, and that's just it, right? Because you were responding to the moment.
Right.
And no one gave you your cue, but you lived in the moment. Okay, I guess I'm leaving now.
Yeah, that still happens. Like just the other day when I walked past the sergeant.
Oh, right. Yeah, in rehearsal for Cop Shop. Yeah. Well, that's great
I
because
love doing that.
you live in the world, right? You're responding to the world, and that's exceptional. And a theater teacher cannot ask for anything more. You're going to continue on.
Yes.
You're continuing to study acting at Capilano, my alma mater. And what I will say about that is I am so excited for you because you and your skill level have far exceeded my ability to instruct you. So now I get to pass you on to people that are far better acting teachers than I will ever be, and you will just continue to grow as a performer.
Oh, well, thank you.
You do a lot of acting outside of school too, right?
Yeah. I help out with this kids class in Langley. Well, I used to. I've kind of broken off
teach?
now. Yeah, with this older woman. She's really good.
Good.
She's also a vocal coach. I didn't, she's really great. Her classes are really awesome. She writes the scripts for all the classes in 1 week and performs them but she has the kids perform them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of like these day camps. And it was really great.
How small are the kids?
I think it's 5 to 12.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
And then
5?
No, wait, no, 6 to 12.
Okay.
That's like my
That's
youngest
still, yeah.
daughter's age,
Yeah.
and my youngest daughter is an absolute dumpster fire of a performer.
Well, your daughter was like lying there on stage looking at you.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love my daughter. She's probably not going to listen to this episode, but like she's a unique individual, to say the least.
Yeah. It could be a whirlwind sometimes, the classes. Sometimes.
But we've had you as a peer tutor. We know how patient you are.
Oh yeah.
You're
Sorry.
really good at
Patience
at
of a
that.
saint.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any names.
No.
One time a student came up to me and they needed clarification on something. I think they were typing something out, and they were like, "What is the answer to this one? To this question?" And I was like, okay, well, let's go through the question. Let's see what it's asking. Because sometimes they just need it to be read aloud.
Sure.
And so I read it aloud and I like kind of break it down a little bit. And so I'm like, so what do you think? And they're like, so what is it? And, and I go, okay, well, if we look over here to the assignment like material that we were given, if we scan through, what do we find? I don't know. Okay, well, here's the answer. Oh, okay. And they write something completely different down. And I was like, actually, see, if you look in the material, and they go, okay. And they delete it, and they write the exact same thing down. Okay, yeah, go for it. Yeah, I walk away. And so sometimes, man. So,
I know.
Yeah, you're walking in our shoes there.
yeah. And so I enjoyed that experience because it was kind of like the same as what I had been doing in Langley for a while. Mm-hmm. It's sometimes like I have these like really hyperactive kids, and we take in kids with like major ADHD and like autism and stuff like that. And so sometimes I'd have these really hyperactive kids that just wouldn't listen to me. They would be like, oh, yeah, okay, and then run off. And Reed, get over here.
Oh, now we know Reed's the bad one.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was a random name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that wasn't a real name. And, yeah, I also did a different show in Langley. I was a nun at one point.
Yeah, you won an award for that performance.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I did.
What award?
Oh, yeah. It was the Fraser Valley Festival.
Wow.
An adjudicator goes around and sees a bunch of shows in the Lower Mainland. And then they're like, this is the show that's going to main stage. I mean, it wasn't my show, but,
Uh-huh.
And these are all the awards, and like best director, best set, et cetera, et cetera. And I won best youth actor, I think.
Wow.
And, yay. And I went to this event, and funny story, Alex came to see my show, and he got to talking to the rest of the cast. And apparently he hit it off so well that they started urging me to, like, you have to bring that young man to this event.
It's a good thing they thought he was a young man.
I mean, young to them. A lot of people are really old at that theater. No shade. And So he came to the event, and I was like, they really want you to come. And he was like, oh, okay. And
Hey, that actually sounds like Alex.
Yeah.
it was fun. We ate a lot of food. It was at this like banquet hall, and I remember winning the award and like so many cameras and flashes, and everyone was like, "Oh, congrats!" Was shaking my hand. It's like weird. And
Amazing.
It was fun.
Well, good for you.
Oh, thanks. You talked about memorization.
Yeah.
Ever since I was pretty young, I really liked memorizing. I memorized like digits of pi. I memorized the periodic table. Some of it. I didn't finish it. I got too lazy. I used to memorize license plates. And
Do you know my license plate?
no. And so I guess memorization of scripts just kind of came naturally to me. I mean, of course, as senioritis hit, I've kind of lost it by now. Not lost it, but like it'll come back to me once I start school again in September. But
You talk about senioritis.
Oh,
But
What's senioritis?
we used to refer to it as the senior slump. When you kind of get that grade 12 fatigue. But if I'm being perfectly honest, Gray, you, at least from the eyes of a teacher, have not exhibited the symptoms of senioritis nearly to the extent that you're giving yourself credit for, certainly by comparison of some of the peers that you share this building with. So stop beating yourself up about it.
yeah. I mean, it's Delview. You know, it's Delview.
Hey, what's wrong with Delview? We do great things here.
But I don't know. I've just gotten lazy in like everything. But memorization. I like memorizing.
You just did it as a challenge for yourself, just for fun?
Yeah,
That's cool.
I like it. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about Hamlet a little bit because it came easy to me to play crazy. Because funny story, at the time, like about while we were rehearsing, a few weeks before we performed, I went to my doctor and then I was like, "Doctor, I'm not feeling good physically. This is what's wrong, blah blah blah." And he was like, "All right, well, yeah, let me give you these types of pills and we'll sort it out. I'll give you this like sample. Take this for a couple months." Okay, doctor. So I go back home and I open up the little pamphlet that they give you. And it's like whoosh, like huge pamphlet and like huge list of possible side effects. All right, let's do this. And so I start taking these pills, and things started happening.
What
kind
did
of
he
things?
give you?
So these pills, I do have a slight family history of schizophrenia. And so when I started taking these pills, I started getting really paranoid at first, like really tired, really paranoid. And like I would like lock my door at night, keep a pair of shoes on because I need to escape out the window. My worst fear is home intrusion, and so that got really bad. And it happened so slowly that I didn't realize it was happening. But I started like seeing things, like
Oh, wow.
like faces, and like most notably, there was this guy that would follow me around, and he would be like, "That pants with that shirt, that's a choice," and so.
That's harmless. It's giving you fashion suggestions.
So by the time we performed Hamlet, that scene with Polonius, like a crab, was like channeling my inner self. Like I was totally going crazy.
I got this. I've seen this before.
Yeah. I didn't like the Yorick scene. Yorick holding the famous holding the skull scene.
Yeah.
I would always feel it and see it as like this like grotesque rotting head, and like it was everywhere and it was gross. It's like ugh. So I think that was my least favorite scene. Anyway,
But that's exactly how Hamlet is meant to see that scene.
Yeah. So that's kind of a full disclosure, kind of a confession moment.
Full disclosure.
na na. I remember I was the only one who actually knew the hand choreography for full disclosure in the Addams Family.
Yeah.
And so every night people would come up to me with a fork and a knife, like before the show started, and they were like, "How does it go again?" And it's like, "All right, everyone, gather around. Let's do a demonstration." Yeah. So Hamlet was crazy. Addams Family was awesome. That's it about that.
Hello, girls.
The Hello Girls! Yay!
I got to see that. I had the pleasure of being there on the last night in the splash zone with literal tears splashing out into the audience.
Yeah. The Hello Girls was great. I mean, amazing set. Amazing set. I was so impressed with Bjorn. He did a really amazing job.
Bjorn built that set?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Nearly all of it.
So for the listeners, a trench on one side
Yeah.
and I guess
Office.
office on the other side.
And it like
Army colors.
yeah, it like spun around in 3 separate huge pieces.
Yeah, that didn't always go smoothly.
Nope.
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 It was like a ballet of large ships
Yeah.
Yeah.
being swung around.
Every time I hear the song Cantini start playing, it's like, oh my gosh, where's the set? Do we have enough people? It's like my heart drops.
If there is one thing that we could go back and fix, it would be the choreography of the rotating sets.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I can't think of anything that we would fix.
That wouldn't,
Yeah.
yeah, that's difficult with such a small, tight space, right?
Well, the thing that I said to anyone that was willing to listen is it was one of those classic moments where I had this vision in my head. And then, I spoke to Bjorn and Mr. Brown about the construction of it, and we started talking about numbers, and it was like, oh, yeah. Then those are the dimensions. Like, that's exactly what we want. And then it's built, and it comes into the studio, and it's like, oh, that's too big.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, we really overbuilt that. And I'd be lying if I said that I hadn't seen that before. I mean, I've done a lot of theater over the past, almost 30 years. And I have witnessed a ton of sets that have been overbuilt because artists sometimes don't understand dimensions. I even went down to the wood shop and I was standing in the wood shop looking at it thinking, oh, this is just perfect. This is exactly what I want. This is exactly what I want it to look like. And then when it finally came from the wood shop into our studio and we were assembling it, it was like, that's really big. That's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
I guess you had to think in circles because
Yeah.
it has to rotate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really big, but we made it work.
Of course.
And nobody
It was
lost a
fun.
leg or anything. So
Close, but
Yeah.
no. We almost lost a finger once, I think.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
The costumes were really good.
Yeah.
The museum.
Yeah. The
Shout out.
good folks at the Chilliwack Military Museum lent us some military uniforms that we had.
put the 3D printer to use.
Put the 3D printer to use to
the
print our insignia.
To make
Well, for Gray in particular, I think this gives us another opportunity. We can't really talk about the Hello Girls until we talk about what happened a year before the Hello Girls.
Yeah.
You have no idea what I'm talking about,
Nope.
do you?
Nope.
So we did the Hello Girls because I'm obsessed with the First World War.
Oh, yeah. Right. That's what
And I'm obsessed with the First World War because we went on a trip to Europe to wander the battlefields, monuments, museums, and cemeteries related to the First World War, spring break of 2025. And Gray was on that trip.
Yeah.
So you were present for the genesis of my obsession. And to have been on that trip and to have had that experience, did that affect the way you performed in that play?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a First World War play. We went on a trip for the First World War. And when you're in France and Belgium, and when you're at those sites where so many people died, and at those grave sites, and it's so heavy and it's so real, and you realize that, like in the song "The Lives on the Line," the battle we imagined to be won has in truth just begun. It was kind of that feeling of like, this happened here, and now I'm here, and and now let's go to la chocolaterie. We have the chocolate bunnies for Easter, and the trip was just a whirlwind of emotions because our itinerary was so packed that so many times we would end up visiting these like huge mass graves and these so somber places, and then like go to the Eiffel Tower or like the Louvre or something. And it felt like we didn't have the time to process it and get over it. Not get over it, but like accept it.
I'm still not over it.
Yeah. Accept it and accept our feelings. I remember we had those debriefs every night, and those were really amazing. I really enjoyed that, getting to talk about how we felt and talk about what we saw. I think that was really good for the group. Yeah, that trip was amazing, and it did affect my performance of the Hello Girls, because I mean, then I was there, right? And over 100 years ago, and I am there, and playing a person that really existed in the First World War was really special, because it wasn't just a character anymore that I could make decisions for and like make a personality for. I mean, it kind of was, because I got a script and I got a description.
Yeah, you take creative license.
Yeah,
like you add your own art to it. But you were portraying a real person.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through the journey of putting this together. So we were in France, and we started in Paris. Then we went north, spent the better part of 4 days in northern France, and we crossed into Belgium, and then we finished our tour in Paris. And one of our stops in Paris was at this perfumery called Fragonard. And we went and saw their museum, did their tour, and then they try to sell you perfume at the end. It kind of felt a little bit like a sales pitch. But as we were leaving, the museum kind of empties into this courtyard. And it's a wide open courtyard with a statue in the middle and no cars. It's just like a walking plaza. And it was beautiful. We took lots of pictures. As we were preparing this show, I knew that I wanted to use projections on the screen. And as much as we could, I wanted to use historically accurate projections. So like when we were in Pershing's office, that was Pershing's office. When we were standing in front of the RMS Celtic of the White Star Line, that was the RMS Celtic. But as I was going through the American archive of photos, I came across a photo of the Hello Girls when they arrived in Paris. And I'm looking at this photo of them sitting in front of a statue, and I'm thinking to myself, my God,
I've seen that before.
That looks like a very familiar statue. And sure enough, I do the digging, and it turns out that the perfumery that we were in, the headquarters for the Hello Girls, was next door. So we were standing in that courtyard looking at that statue, that these women that were telephone operators, they had their photo taken right in front of that statue. And you know, great to echo what you said, over 100 years ago, but I was there. And we were literally right there, and we didn't even know it. We hadn't picked this play when we were over in France at spring break, but we were standing right in the courtyard that these girls were in, and we would find out, you know, not quite a year later. It was really cool.
I wonder how many people actually know who, or even around there, who know that that happened there.
Oh, probably hundreds, thousands of people probably travel through that courtyard every single day and have no idea that history. But at the same time, because it's Paris and because it's Europe and it has such a vast history, who's to say that there's not other super marvelous things that have happened there that we don't know about?
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk along like the streets of Paris, and you can see the bullets in the walls from the First and Second World War.
Oh, totally. Yeah. From the French resistance and the when they liberated France, you can see the bullet holes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So the Bertha Hunt, she after the war, she went on not a campaign, but kind of a campaign about like women smoking and like, oh, it's okay for women to smoke. And so I was like, what if Bertha had a cigarette? Because she did, but it didn't really go through. But playing Bertha was really amazing. She's such a kind and mature person. And it was nice, like, it was so cool to step into her shoes and like see that person, because I don't think I've played someone like that since I did the last Lifeboat when I played J. Bruce Ismay's mother. And so I really like getting to play that type of character because it's like, it's so calming. It's so grounding. The hair was painstaking. I did all the men's hair for that show, and so I would start like an hour before the show started, and I would do Neff, and then I would do la 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 la, and then I would have like 5 minutes to get dressed. Not get dressed. I was already dressed. 5 minutes to do my hair and makeup, and so we had Cass come in. Alumni do some of the costumes and the hair. Wonderful. A really good job. And Cass would do my hair and I would do my makeup, and it was like a race for the clock. But Bertha has, I think, been one of my favorite roles so far. Granny, Hamlet, obviously. But Bertha was nice. I really liked her. She was a nice person to play.
Well, and you kind of, in a interesting parallel, you took on that role this year as a leader of our theater company. Like, you kind of were, for lack of a better term, that like mother hen kind of character to a lot of the young actors in the show. Yeah, I
actually have some stickers lined up for people because they were promised a prize if they put all their costumes up correctly each night. And so for those who got 6 stars for putting their costumes up 6 times, they're going to get a sticker. I have a couple sheets of stickers to choose from.
You owe them a sticker?
Yes, I do owe them a sticker. They don't know it yet because I keep forgetting about it. Next time I see them, they'll all start doing that.
Nice.
But it's really funny, the whole sticker for a costume thing started in the past when people wouldn't hang up their costumes after the show.
Yeah.
But like this year, I think people would have done it without the chart.
Yeah,
like it was just a good cast.
Yeah, they were really good about it.
Yeah.
It was a really good cast this year. A lot of them are so gift oriented and like crafty, and so we shared a lot of gifts, small like trinkets and handmade items, cards, art pieces, stuff like that. And I felt so bad because I didn't have anything, because it hasn't happened as much as it did this year. It hasn't happened to that extent. And so that was really, really amazing to see. It's really great to see how the theater company is forming. And I'm excited to come back and see the next show because I'm looking forward to see what it'll become.
Well, we're really looking forward to your future and the shows that you're going to be in, and it's going to be amazing. So you have to let us know when stuff happens, because I would love to. I've never even seen one of your shows outside of the school. So
regrettably, I haven't either. I wanted to come and see you in the Nun play, but I never got a chance.
We'll go. We'll get a group together and go watch. And you'll get your standing on from the splash zone.
Haha. Yeah.
Cap next year. Do you have any advice for young actors or young people who are like you're moving on and they're coming up?
Advice for young actors.
Or even just Delview students in general. What is something that if you could talk to yourself in grade 8 right now from where you stand, what would you tell yourself? What advice would you give?
I guess things get really crazy in high school because it's so different than previous life. It's kind of a step into the real world. And so things get really discombobulated and crazy, and also going through puberty, and everyone smells all the time and everyone's yelling all the time. And people are like pushing you over in the hallway, especially for someone of my stature and size. But I guess because of that, my advice to young people and myself would be to keep your head level as much as you can. Keep your head level. do some meditation if you want, journal. Do things that ground you and that keep you sane because you need it when you're at Delview. And for young actors, I would also say the same thing, but I guess build those connections and build yourself through those connections and through what you love, because you will know those people for the rest of your lives. And I already keep in touch with our alumni, and I plan to keep in touch with the people I know now. And those experiences, good or bad, you'll have them for the rest of your life. Like someone said at a graduation speech at the banquet. And so make sure they're good ones. That's it.
Thank you, Gray.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for
thank
being
you.
here.
It's been a terrific 5 years.
Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing what you produce in the future.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I'll keep in touch. I'll visit. I'll come see the shows, the
Alumni night.
exhibitions.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We'll come see your shows.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Gray.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.